This is Matthew Cratter from Trader University, and today I want to talk about my 5 favorite ETFs for the long term. If you're interested in learning how to make money in both bull and bear markets, be sure to hit that subscribe button. So an ETF is just a basket of stocks that you can buy using a single ticker. And they're very efficient vehicles. Sometimes the expenses can be a bit high, but they're also a way of buying a basket of stocks and holding them rather than having to buy those individual stocks. So the first one today we'll be talking about is the VanEck Vectors Gold Miners ETF. This is a basket of the major gold miners. GDX is the ticker. If we take a look at the chart, it's got a nice chart. I'm bullish on gold. There's actually a gold ETF you can own as well called GLD. I don't like this as much. If someone wants to own gold, I always suggest owning physical gold. It's unclear whether GLD actually has enough gold behind it. But if you want to get exposure to gold and you don't want to own GLD, I think actually owning gold mining stocks is a great way of doing it. And GDX is a fairly conservative way of doing this. Again, none of this is obviously an investment recommendation. These are just 5 ETFs that I happen to own for the long term. So the top 10 holdings here in GDX are a lot of names that you'll recognize if you know about gold mining companies, 2 of the biggest in the world, Newmont, Barrick, and then Franco-Nevada. Looks like we got some gold royalty stocks in here as well. So I think this will do really well as the underlying commodity gold does well. Now, the more risky, sort of higher risk, higher reward version of GDX are the junior gold miners. The ticker for this is GDXJ. Also great looking chart. This will be sort of a high beta, a more volatile version of GDX. There are different companies that are owned, but these are smaller, riskier companies, and they have a whole bunch of them in here. Kinross Gold looks like it's the biggest holding. So I think both of these are a great way to get exposure to gold if you cannot or don't want to own actually physical gold. These should particularly do quite well in the first part of the cycle before expenses really go up. So I think both of these, actually all of these are multi-year holdings. GDX, GDXJ, those are sort of our precious metal stocks for the day. The next one is one that I've talked about before, and it's really, I think it's quite compelling. This is IHI. It's part of the iShares family by BlackRock. But if you want to trade it or invest in it, it's IHI. This is U.S. medical device companies. If we take a look at the portfolio, we'll see some names that we recognize: Thermo Fisher Scientific, Abbott Labs, etc. Medtronic, obviously, a bunch of surgical companies. I think as our demographics age, both in the U.S. and globally, and especially in the wake of COVID, I think these biotech, medical, and other sort of health-related stocks become very interesting, especially for the long term as we move away from strictly innovating in software and move into really solving problems with longevity, with disease, and quality of life, these sort of things. And I wouldn't be surprised actually if we end up having a biotech bubble in the next couple years, kind of analogous to the internet bubble that we had in the late 90s. And so if there is a bubble, I don't think we're in it yet. And I think these kind of stocks, and as a result, these ETFs will do quite well. So that's the first one. These are medical devices. Obviously, just a huge growing market. There can be endless innovation here. So very excited to get exposure to that. That is IHI. The next one is related. This is the Biotech ETF, also by iShares, that invests in U.S. biotech and pharmaceutical companies. We can take a quick look at the chart of this. IBB looking quite good, especially being up on a year like this when not everything's up. We already did IHI, but we'll take a look at that too. Underperforming a little bit, but IBB obviously doing quite well. So if we take a look at the holdings in this, big names like Amgen, which has just been around forever, has been a fantastic investment. Gilead, obviously, or Gilead, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Vertex, Biogen, a bunch of names you'll recognize, especially if you've been following the whole COVID thing. Now, these are obviously, I'm talking about these as long-term holdings. You can also trade them more short term based on the chart if that's your thing, or you can just buy them and put them away. And again, these are all, I would say all 5 of these ETFs are fairly volatile, and so high risk but also very high reward. And so if you're going to trade them, make sure you know that you're trading them. Don't let a trade turn into an investment. If you're going to invest in them, you can just put them away like I've done. So IBB, that would be the 4th one. And the last one is one that a lot of people haven't heard about. This is another iShares. It's the Genomics and Immunology ETF. This one's quite interesting, really performing well this year, up 26%. And obviously there's still just endless innovation to be done in the area of genomics. A bunch of companies here you may recognize, Seattle Genetics, obviously, Moderna, Regeneron, etc. We've talked a little bit about some of these companies in previous videos, but I think this is another great long-term holding. It's got a very nice ticker as well. It could also benefit if we get a bubble in biotech or in sort of human wellness. So that's IDNA. Just a fantastic looking chart, uptrending really nicely. So those would be the 5 that I recommend. If you are looking for something to do this weekend, if you're bored and you're tired of binging on Netflix, you want a little break from the 4th of July barbecues, be sure to check out my courses, especially if you found this video helpful. In particular, I would suggest the Learn to Trade Stocks Like a Pro. I've got a day trading course as well, some momentum courses, also a section where I disclose my favorite momentum stocks at the time, how to make money trading IPOs, and also if you really want to learn how to dig into financial statements, a course on financial statement analysis, as well as allowing you to follow along with my dividend stock portfolio, which I'm going to add a new video today. So 13 courses and a bunch of other stuff, including follow my dividend stock portfolio and follow my crypto investments. Normally 30 days access to this is just $125, but because we're still in a recession, I want to give you a special coupon code. So if you just click in the description notes below, it will take you to this page and you can browse. You can browse through all these courses, click on them to see the list of lectures. And if this is something that interests you, just scroll down and click Get It Now, which will take you to the checkout page here. And normally, as I said, 30 days access, just $125 gets you access to everything. But I want to give you a special coupon code. If you click right here where it says have a coupon code and type YT99, click update, and that'll take $26 off. So you get access to everything for just $99. No long-term contracts or anything. You can watch all the lectures, all the courses, and then cancel before 30 days. You won't be charged again. And if there's something you'd like me to add to the series of courses and lectures, you can contact me as a subscriber, and I'll make a course just for you and share it with everyone else, obviously, all the other subscribers, because I want this really to become the best investing and trading resource on the internet. Please hit that subscribe and like button if you found this helpful. Let me know your questions and comments in the comment section below. I'm going to be taking a little time off here around the 4th of July, so probably see you guys on July 5th or so after the holiday. Hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.